Welcome back, CSC 121, to our list exercises. This one is exercise 18, and it's fake name generator. And I always wanted to do this, create a list of fake names from a bunch of first names, a bunch of last names, and then randomly pick them out and put them together. So you're going to have something you can start with, so you don't have to make up all these names, although if you certainly want to add more names, you can do that. So you're going to go to coursework to exercise 18, and you'll see this link here. Just click on this link. You don't even have to go inside, although you could, but if you just click on this link here, this is the repel that you're going to fork and make your own. So if you click on that, you're going to want to fork it. You can kind of see it here, but you're just going to fork it. And it should go into your account if you're logged into your account. Actually, I have two windows open. I'll close that. And I'll close this up, so I only need to see these names. So there's first names, and there's last names. And then down here, there's some instructions that say create a for loop with a range of 30 and then generate first and last name combos. So first of all, we have to generate a random first name as a variable and a random last name as a variable and then put them together. So it's, again, simple stuff here where we're just kind of building up to some things we're going to do with lists. So we have all this together. Now, I'm not even sure how many we have here. If you wanted to check it out, you could just say print len and whatever this is called. It's called first names. Then you can also print out how many last names you have, just if you want to check out how many you have, because I'm not sure how many are there. I just started typing in all kinds of names that I could think of. There's 30. Okay, so we have 30 different first names, 30 different last names. So what we're also going to do is create 30 combinations that are randomly put together from first names and last names. So we're going to do a loop, and we can do for I in range, and I typed that correctly, and 30 is going to be our range, and we'll need our colon. And when we hit enter, it'll indent. And what we're going to do first is make a variable for a random first name and then make a variable for a random last name. So we'll do random fn, and we're going to do the random.choice method. And that'll just pull something from that list. Now we do have the import random here already, so we have to make sure that we're importing random, and I think I had that in. So we're going to use random choice, and we're just pulling from whatever list we want to pull from, which is going to be first names. And then for the last name will be the same thing. We could just copy this and it'll be random last name. And we have to make sure this list is the last names. Now, once we get these names, we need to put them together. Now, what you can do next is you can make a variable and try to create a new list, or we could just print them out side by side 30 times. So I think we'll just do that. That's simpler. We could just say print, and we could just print a string, and we could use the F string. So I'm going to put F in there first and then quotes, and then inside these quotes we're just going to use the curly braces and put RFN, that's the random first name, and then we could just do a space and then in curly braces do the random last name. And that's all we need to have there. These will show up as variables. We can put our own space in there. Now, I tried it before by putting tabs, but based on the length of the names, it never really works out because you can't set a custom tab. It's only default whatever a ½ inch is after that name. So they still don't line up. So we're not going to have really nice looking lists here when it prints it out. But let's see what happens here just printing it out. And there's all our names. Marjorie Sotomayor, Stephanie Arnold. So we have all these random names. Now, why would you want to make random names? For anything, if you're working with databases and things like that, anytime you need random stuff and you don't want to take the time to do things. I can't tell you how many times in a database class I'm just making up random stuff. And I'm like, oh, I wish I had a list of names or something. This is a good way to be able to generate that stuff and be able to use that. Now, obviously, we can take this stuff and put them in text files and all kinds of things, which we'll still do. Anyway, that's exercise 18, our fake name generator, by using the random choice method and just pulling random names out of here and just kind of plugging them together side by side. And when you're done, again, you could just share it, copy your link, and paste it in here as a comment. Just make sure you just add comment, insert a link, paste your links in here, and make sure you always choose new window because that helps me. So that's exercise 18.